Before the future, before the mysteries, before Vision 2050, it was only a boy born in a forgotten corner of the world, a boy who looked at the mountains, the sky, the stars, and asked one simple question: why me? I was born in a place where life was simple and hard, a remote mountain village, a small house my parents built with their hands. Cold mornings, long winters, and a childhood shaped by silence, work, and the sound of sheep bells echoing across the hills. I didn't grow up with toys. I didn't grow up with money. But I grew up with something else, something more powerful: curiosity and pain. Every morning, I walked long distances to school. Old clothes, worn out shoes, sometimes no lunch, just a single apple from our basement storage because my parents had nothing more to give. Kids judge you for things you cannot change, for clothes, for poverty, for silence. And when you're young, pain feels heavier, even if you pretend it doesn't hurt. I never told my parents. I carried it alone, because I knew they were doing everything they could. After school, I wasn't playing games like other kids. I was guarding sheep in the mountains, hours alone. Wind in my face, nothing but the sky above me and the grass below my feet. And that's where everything began. That's where Vision 2050 was born. Long before I ever knew the name, I would lie on the grass, look at the stars, and ask myself, who created all this? Why does the universe exist? What is life? And why was I born into this? Every night the universe felt like it was talking to me. Not with words, but with silence so deep it felt alive. Those mountains were my first classroom, and the stars were my first teachers. Growing up poor does something to you. You don't choose it. You survive it. I used to ask myself, why me? Why do I suffer when I never hurt anyone? Why did I get this life? These questions shaped me more than school ever could. Not because they had answers, but because they forced me to think deeply, painfully, honestly. And that's where real intelligence is born. Not from books, not from classrooms, but from life hitting you before you're ready. My father was strict, very strict. If he told me to build a fence or fix something and it wasn't perfect, he judged me harshly. At that time, I didn't understand. I thought he was being unfair. But later, I finally saw the truth. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was trying to shape me, to build a version of me stronger than poverty, stronger than struggle, stronger than the world. He didn't use soft words. He used life. And life taught me more than any education I never had. My mother, she was the heart of the family. Kind, quiet, soft. The type of woman who would give you her last meal even if she stayed hungry. Sometimes she sent me to school with nothing but that one apple, and she apologized, even though none of it was her fault. Everything I am, my empathy, my compassion, my heart, comes from her. If I were to be born again, I would choose the same mother, the same father, the same mountains, the same life. Because without them, I would not be me. I only went to school for 7 years. My family couldn't afford for me to continue. Some people think education ends when school ends. For me, that's when it actually began. Life became my classroom. Struggle became my textbook. Loneliness became my teacher. And curiosity became my fuel. I didn't need a degree to understand the world. I needed the truth. And the truth is not written in books. It's written in pain. As I got older, nothing was easy. I tried many things. Worked jobs. Searched for a way to build a better life. A way to help my parents. A way to escape the cycle I was born into. Not because I wanted luxury. Not because I wanted status. But because I wanted freedom. I wanted meaning. I wanted to prove to myself that my life, my story, mattered. People think Vision 2050 is about AI technology, the future, the unknown, and it is. But before all of that, it was about a boy lying on the grass in the mountains, looking at the stars, asking questions bigger than himself. Vision 2050 is not a project. It's not a YouTube channel. It's not content. It's my soul. It's my childhood, my curiosity, my pain, my hope. My belief that the future can be better. that humanity can rise above ignorance, suffering, ego, and fear. Vision 2050 is the story of a child who refused to stop asking questions. This is where my story began. Not in a city, not in a school, not with money, but in silence, in hunger, in mountains, in love, in pain. In the simple life my parents built with their hands. And today, everything I create, everything I imagine, everything I dream for the future, it all comes from that little boy, the boy who looked at the stars and decided his life would mean something. This is part 1, the truth behind Vision 2050.